Sure. Hi, John.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
I'm great. Dubs.
Dubs.
Finally.
Fine. Back to back?
A solid blowout win against a shit team like the Giants. Beer time?
If I just pulled out a case of Miller.
I'd indulge.
Oh, dude, hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm hungry.
You just had your Chick-fil-A breakfast, bud.
Fucking like 9 hours ago.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
John did pay up this morning.
Yeah,
by the way.
I did.
Good on
Chick-fil-A.
you.
You're welcome.
Delicious. Not sponsored, but
It could be. The egg white grill. Fantastic.
I got the chicken biscuit.
Yeah.
You would know because you're the one who bought it.
Yes. And I got your hash browns.
Yeah, you did. Boy, right there. I just noticed you're wearing Eagle shorts, too.
Oh, yeah. And Eagles Apple Watch. And Eagle shoes, actually.
Our boss wouldn't like that.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
Giants.
What happened? You paid Daniel Jones. That's what happened.
Yeah, it turns out you pay Daniel Jones overpaying Saquon Barkley. It's not going to work out.
Are you talking about Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley?
This
whole thing? This whole thing.
Right.
So jam-packed episode today. We have our overview of the Eagles' 28-3 victory over the New York Giants. We are also what we liked, what we didn't like. I have a lot of positives to take away from this game.
Yeah.
What we didn't like, a certain player that must be a fan of the podcast because he had possibly the game of his career. Then we are going to obviously call Chad, ask him a question. We have draft, we have guessing a quote, and a very special first time on the 52 Reasons podcast. We have a guest. I talked with Tej. He's coming up later in the show.
Giants.
Our honorary Giants fan, Tej, friend of the program. I sat down and talked with him for a little bit, so look forward to that later. And then we'll wrap up with the preview over the Cincinnati Bengals.
You forgot about Owen.
Call him right now. So Owen is our other coworker.
I don't have Owen's number.
Oh, shit. How do you not have... Dude,
he's worked there for like a week.
Like 3 at this point.
Owen.
Okay, so Owen is our other coworker.
What are we asking him?
Name a random Eagle.
Okay.
And just hanging out.
Okay.
We're all new on the pod. Owen, we give him a call. He names a random Eagle, and then we hang up.
I thought he was going to answer like immediately. It didn't even ring.
He was like ready for it.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, Owen, you're live on the 52 Reasons podcast. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good. What's going on, boys?
Can you name a random Eagle?
Eagle? Yeah, John Dorenbos.
Okay, thank you, Owen.
The Magic Man. John Dorenbos.
What a pull by Owen, Sam, and everybody.
Super Bowl champ.
I'm definitely going to forget my phone is in there.
Yeah, just like you forgot your keys in my pocket.
You're an asshole. Any users?
Anyway, so let's reflect back on our predictions last week.
Yep.
So you had an Eagles win 24-17. I had an Eagles win 24-23 in a tight one. Neither one of us was right. Giants suck. You're bad. Turns out you paid Daniel Jones and Brian Burns, you're still going to stink. I hate you. You're sitting here drinking a Sprite Zero, chewing on a soft pretzel. You didn't even offer me any. And your stupid haircut and your stupid dad. I don't want it. I don't want got your nasty little fingers all over it.
Pick it on me. Anyway, yeah. And I asked Tej this last night. I'm gonna
Spoiler?
Spoiler.
Okay.
Spoiler. Was Daniel Jones going on that insanity run on? I call it insanity run, but are the Giants going to the playoffs in 2022 the worst thing that happened to their franchise?
Yeah. Easily. Because now they're starting to believe, okay. Well, we put pieces around Daniel Jones. We're going to build this into something. Yeah, build it into shit.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors is very good. However, he met with Quinyon Mitchell, and he was in a doghouse all night.
Future Eagle.
Yeah, throw it out there. Why not?
So you think we dive into it?
Sure.
So you want to start positive or negative on the offensive side of the ball?
Let's start with the negative because I don't have a lot of negative to say.
Okay, so I had a few things. In the beginning of the game, Fred Johnson clearly needed help.
Yes, but he adjusted very well.
He did, but in the beginning of the game, he was not getting the help he needed. He was struggling.
He was.
Big time struggling.
Yeah.
Jalen, throw the ball away.
Yes, but he did make those adjustments later.
Sure.
So I mentioned this to you yesterday. One thing I noticed with Jalen is early on in the season, and even last year, whenever he was under pressure and he would scramble, a lot of the times I'm going to take. We have Joel Embiid for the Sixers opening, and him stinking. Anyway,
He doesn't stink.
he can't stay healthy. Jalen would go when he would scramble. I'm going to get close to you. It's going to be a little fruity, but he would scramble almost like this
I still got to get you back.
and start. No, you don't. And start to don't for what? I didn't hit you.
He did.
No, I
He hit
didn't.
me with the ball.
Yeah, and then you tackled me.
I didn't take you to the ground.
Oh, bite me. Anyway, Jalen kind of went like this and start to run, and easily the ball could get hit out, and it has been hit out.
Sure.
What I noticed in this game a couple times when he had the scramble, he instead immediately tucked it away.
Almost like that's what you should be taught in Pee Wee football.
Yes, but better late than never.
I guess. My other big gripe. So I like the innovation from Kellen Moore. We saw some different things this week. A little bit of Jalen under center. Saquan Barkley at the Wildcat. Don't hate the idea.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do hate is the fake pitch to Devontae Smith.
They sniffed that
and then
out,
the
so-
lead blocking Kenny Gainwell. Kenny Gainwell had a good game, but Kenny Gainwell was not a lead blocker on any play ever.
No. The Giants defense sniffed that out immediately.
Yeah.
Like I said, they tried a lot of different things in this game, and it almost looked like more of Kellen Moore's offense.
A little bit
It
more.
didn't look as stagnant. It didn't look as stale. It didn't look like Jalen hanging onto the ball too long.
Mhm.
Sirianni came out today and said the Eagles are a run-first team,
He
which
did.
obviously they should be.
Yes.
And it's just so great that they're establishing the run early, which opens up the entire field for AJ, for Devontae, for Dallas
Mhm.
Goedert when he's healthy, even Calcaterra. Calcaterra.
Grant, that's what I said last week.
No, you didn't.
On the record.
Mm-mm.
Multiple witnesses. Idiot.
Nope. Anyway, it opens up the field for so much rather than the Eagles throwing it on first down, throwing it on second down, and then trying to make up yards on third down to hopefully get into like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 to where you can push or do whatever. One thing, how many tush pushes did we see? 3?
Well, we saw 2 for touchdowns.
Yeah, we did. Thank
I
God. It didn't matter ultimately. I lost in fantasy this week. John,
Yeah.
back-to-back dubs for you
Look out.
coming up. How's Chris Godwin's ankle doing?
Not good. This the other way.
This
And you know what really makes sidetrack. You know what really makes me mad? It was in garbage time.
it was.
You weren't gonna win the game, Tampa.
It's like Aiden Hutchinson with his leg. I was in garbage time.
Yeah, you're not gonna win the game. Get him out. Why are we playing this game?
Yep.
Stupid
Shout
Todd
out to-
Bowles.
yeah, I was just gonna
Stupid
say.
Baker Mayfield.
Hey, it's my guy Baker Mayfield.
And you see Mike Evans missing multiple weeks too.
I did
To week
hamstring. Right?
11 or something like that.
Wasn't it a hamstring or
Yeah,
ankle?
hamstring.
Are the Bucks cooked?
Falcons division to lose.
Oh, that division's so bad, dude.
Yes, it is.
God, that's so bad.
Falcons division to lose. Positives.
A lot of positives.
Saquan motherfucking
let's try that again.
Barkley.
Let's try that again.
Oh,
We're gonna 1, 2, 3.
Saquan motherfucking Barkley. Oh my God. Oh my God. We will be investing in $40 t-shirts. Whether you want to or not, we're doing it.
Do you want to do 20 and 20 and we split custody of it?
No.
Why? I have a kid.
First of all, no, you don't. Second of all, I'm
Not according to my hat, I don't.
Well, you're an idiot. Second of all, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm going to split custody with a freaking.
What, John? Go ahead. Tell all the lovely people. Go ahead. Think about it.
Not worth it.
Good.
Anyway,
Good job. Bob. Media
yes.
trained.
Can't be tackled. Won't be tackled. Maybe next time you'll pay your best player on your team.
Yeah, he was really good, and
Sure is.
he just murdered me in fantasy.
Dude, he trucked that dude. He hit him so hard.
So I remember I was scrolling through TikTok like one does, and there was this Giants fan reacting to the game,
Oh god.
and
I
it was
love
like the first drive when Saquon was getting stopped a little bit. He's like, "Fuck out of here! You ain't getting shit on us." And then I skipped, and then it's just him, just
Oh god, no.
yeah. Saquon Barkley, very good. He had how many? It was 168 yards.
No, it was more than that.
70.
It was over 170 because he could have went for his career high.
And then what did he
Elected
say?
not to.
What did he say?
Let the
young
guys
boys
eat.
eat.
Yep,
Let the young boys eat. And you know who we did see eat a little bit, John?
my guy,
My co-host guy.
Will Shipley, baby. He
Is he in your
very
notes?
good. What?
Is he in your notes?
Will Shipley?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I turned the game off at that point. It was red zone time. I really wanted to see that Lions Vikings game. That was very good, actually.
Sam Darnold's still pretty good.
Not to get Matt Stafford
Yeah, dumb. Side note, why the hell would the Vikings trade for Matt Stafford?
because he's Matt Stafford.
I understand that, but you're 5-1.
Yeah, but
Who's the GM of the Vikings?
I
I don't know, but
I don't
he
know.
said we lost one game. Matt Stafford, what do you do? What do you want for Stafford?
So he had 17 carries for 176 yards and a touchdown.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think so.
You definitely would pay your best player. Seems like a really good guy to let go of, wouldn't it?
They had 2 receptions for 11 yards.
Another guy who's really good at football, John, that'd be AJ Brown.
He had a quiet, excellent game.
Yes, he did. I mean, it feels like, and okay, see if you agree with me with this comp. How Eagles fans appreciate AJ Brown is the exact same way Phillies fans appreciate Zach Wheeler.
I think this year more because of Saquon kind of taking the headlines, but in years past, I think he was the Bryce of the team.
Okay,
He had a quiet 41-yard touchdown.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
I
expect him to just go out there,
do your thing.
do his thing,
Yep.
and do it at a
Yep.
premier level.
Yeah, that 41-yard touchdown. It was like the most quiet 40-plus yard touchdown you could get. And by the way, that was a dime Jalen threw.
Yeah, Jalen had a good game. Another game, 0 turnovers.
It was one of those things where
He wasn't asked to do too much.
it was what was it, 4th and 2?
That play?
Yeah.
Yes, 4th and 2.
And they're going long, and I'm like, no. And
Never
then he
doubt,
catches it.
never
I'm like,
doubt.
yes,
Never doubt.
So it was just one of those moments.
Like, Jalen is another positive I'm going to take away from this. Didn't turn the ball over. He wasn't asked to do too much. And considering 2/5 of his starting offensive line was not there because obviously Mekhi Becton left pretty early. I mean, Tyler Steen is still very good.
He's solid.
He stopped Tyler Steen or Jalen?
Well, both.
Yeah.
Solid. Fine.
Jalen did exactly what we needed him to. Okay, my bad. I thought I saw trade vet and it was like VI, and I'm like, did they just do
Ruh-roh.
some? No, not breaking news. It was just fantasy.
Um,
Jalen wasn't asked to do too much in this game. Just get the ball to your best player, hand it off to Saquon. He scrambled from some first downs. He looked a little more agile. He was showing some emotion, which is something that we have
about
not
damn
seen.
time, Jalen.
We have not
Jesus,
seen from
man.
Jalen since that 2022 season. It was just a very professional win by a pretty damn good football team.
If we're gonna get to where we want to get to, which is the ultimate goal of Super Bowl,
Of course.
we're not gonna build this next week. We're not gonna build this in
It takes
2 weeks.
time.
It's gonna take a whole season to kind of build this up. And I mean, we're Philadelphia fans. We're not gonna be happy until we get a championship. But
I've seen 2 in my lifetime, and so have you.
Yes.
Actually, no, you saw the 1980 World Series.
I
Right?
did not know.
Okay.
15 years after. Anyway, but you have to take in perspective of we need to build this. We need to build the franchise. We need to build this team up. And Jalen's a key piece of this. Piece of this.
Key piece of this.
Key piece of this. Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
what I said.
Good job.
Um,
Proud of you.
but I think we need to take in consideration he did miss a lot of open.
He did.
receivers.
He did. And I look at it, and I understand you don't want to hear this from a fourth-year starter.
Mhm.
It's just building blocks. You have a new offensive coordinator. You have a new offensive scheme. And I understand. I'm not trying to give him excuses. But every week, Jalen has gotten better.
I mean, yeah. Well, Packers game, he was pretty good.
He was very good in that Packers game.
But, I mean,
And he still played really well in that Falcons game.
he was looking at Devontae Smith
Yes, on that.
wide open.
Yeah.
Just throw him the ball, dude. Just throw him the ball. Not every single play has to be 40 yards down the field. Take what the defense gives you. Pick up the 5, pick up the 10, pick up the 2. Just pick up positive yards. Keep it going.
And one thing I did notice is he was making a lot smarter decisions.
Yes.
He was throwing the ball away. He was scrambling when he had to. It felt like he was returning more to that 2022 form rather than what we saw last year in 2023 at the tail end. Because people forget Jalen Hurts was the MVP until after the Bills game. He was.
Speaking of MVP, can we talk about how Patrick Mahomes is still the favorite to win MVP this season?
He fucking sucks this year.
You're killing me, Pat. You're killing me. What are you doing? You're not MVP. You're the fucking 15th ranked quarterback right now. You're killing me. Lost my first game in my undefeated league because of Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. 6-1 guy. Relax.
And one thing that also pissed me off in that game was the fake go out of bounds and then continue for like another 15 yards.
That did make me mad.
That made me mad.
That could be up like 40.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Yards,
I'm saying as a football fan, it made me mad because how many times
they flagged for it. Yeah,
it reminded me of the Kenny Pickett slide in college.
Yeah,
like the fake slide because I don't know what the NFL does because
what can you do?
There's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing. Like if the play is developing and you see that, how can you assume that he slowed down because he was trying to duke the defender? It gets such like a gray area.
The only thing that they could do with that is don't hit the quarterback.
Yeah,
he's two-hand touch. That's the only thing you can do.
Even if he got pushed out of bounds, they would have flagged it for roughing the passer.
Probably because he would have whined about it.
He would have been like, "Oh my god, they hit me! I can't believe it! How can you hit me? I'm Patrick Mahomes." Can we also talk about one thing on the Chiefs that offensive scheme where Carson Wentz was lined up in the backfield? What the fuck are you doing, Andy?
It was fun.
It was fun. We're a pro Carson podcast.
We are. Love you, Carson. Anything else in the offense you want to
add? Not really. I mean, I'll say it, and we kind of talked about this a little bit. Okay. I think Lane Johnson might be the greatest right tackle in NFL history.
Can you name any other ones?
Not particularly. Lane Johnson. That's all.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Lane Johnson is just such. I mean, you see the Eagles' record without him, and the Eagles' record with him. He is just so good. And another person I want to shout out on the offensive line is Cam Jurgens. Cam Jurgens was given the almost impossible task of taking over Jason Kelsey's post at center. And it feels like they just have not skipped a beat. Yes, the first couple games were hairy, but after that, did you see him pull away on that Saquan run?
Yeah, it did.
It just looks like Jason Kelsey.
It does.
It's
not as quick.
No.
But definitely more strength.
What other center could do that?
Creed Humphreys.
Okay.
He's very good.
Yes, he is very good. It was him and Kelsey have always been 1-2 best centers in the league.
On the Ravens.
What?
What's his name?
I don't know.
Tyler Lindenbaum?
Sure.
That's his name? He's good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
But you look like the O-line.
Very scared of the Ravens.
Oh, me too. I'm terrified of that game. You look at the O-line and you're missing Jordan Mailata, who is missing multiple weeks with a hamstring injury.
By the way.
Yes.
Jordan Mailata.
Yep. Pretty voice of an angel.
Oh my God. So I finally got around to listening to the Christmas album.
You want to tell them when we were listening to it?
When we were driving to pick up food.
Yeah. John and I left work to go pick up food.
Oh my God. Voice of an angel.
Yeah. And he can pancake a 500-pound man.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I love him so much.
But you're missing Jordan Mailata for multiple weeks. Fred Johnson kind of slips in. And yes, he needed help, but he's settled in.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Dickerson is just incredible. Jurgens is great. Mekhi Becton's probably not going to play this week.
Probably not.
You're probably going to see Tyler Steen, which again played pretty well, and Lane Johnson, who is he's just so good.
It's good.
Other than that, I mean, you didn't really see Devontae that much in this game, but it wasn't really a pass-heavy game. It was
only 14 dropbacks?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. So I'm not particularly worried about Devontae Smith.
No, especially when he's streaking wide open down the field and he doesn't get the ball.
Yeah. And another thing, if Devontae has another game like that, the Philly media is going to be like, is Devontae even happy here? You got to feed that guy the ball.
Yes. I love you, yes. Devontae. It's not us.
No, it's not us. You just know how WIP and those jackasses are.
Defense. defense.
A+ defense.
Okay.
You know what? A-. There's one person on defense that kind of takes it down a notch.
So here's my key takeaways. Sack City, man. Pause.
Sackadelphia. No pause. No pause.
8 sacks, bro.
Yeah,
8 sacks.
Bryce Hoff? Bryce Hoff has also gotten better since
Ever since you put those pictures in my office.
Yep. You're welcome.
He's been cooking a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Josh Sweat, amazing. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, and
your guy.
Nakobe motherfucking Dean.
Your guy.
Friend of the program. He had the game of his life.
He did.
Like, he was all over the field. I'm praying that this was like the Nakobe Dean breakout game.
Very well could be.
I hope, because he was all over the place. He was making open field tackles.
Well, can we call it spade a spade?
Sure.
Giants couldn't block me.
I'm taking little victories. If that gets his confidence up.
But here's my thing.
I'm a big attaboy guy.
Here's my key takeaway from the defense. Giants are really, really bad.
I don't care.
Really, really bad.
I saw this on Twitter. Look at Vic Fangio's defenses over the past 5 years. Every single game they get better.
No, I'm not taking anything away from the Eagles. But the Giants
are bad.
Really bad.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Here's my worry.
Yep.
Giants somehow get off Daniel Jones' contract. They finish top whatever, and they get a Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels?
Like similar type quarterback production level.
It's MetLife.
Yeah, the Tires
ACLs. That's your point. Like, dude, you need, and this is going to sound really bad, you need legitimately for the Giants, you need a pocket passer. You can't have like a Jalen Hurts, a Jaden Daniels, a Lamar. It just doesn't work.
My guy, Quinyon Mitchell. This is just secondary as a whole, besides one key.
And we'll get to you, Mr. Big Play.
They held Malik Neighbors to 4 catches for 41 yards.
Yeah, he was in hell all game.
He was cooking for a little bit there, and then,
at the beginning, and then Quinyon Mitchell said, "Oh, is he defensive rookie of the year so far?"
Yes. Oh, easily.
You know who we might be competing with? His own fucking teammate.
Well, I don't think he's played enough.
No, Cooper DeJean, man. If he is just, dude, he doesn't go down on punt returns. He just
I don't love him that punt return.
Neither do I. But
I don't want to see him get hurt.
No, because he is.
We need Covey back. When's Covey coming back?
Honestly, soon at this point.
Hopefully. Here's my thing.
Sure.
If Quinyon Mitchell could catch, he'd have like 5 interceptions.
Dude,
right now.
Literally. Well, you had the one where CJ just bullied him out of it. We'll get to you, CJ. Don't worry. You had the one where it just like went through his like you said, if he could catch, he'd be leading the league in interceptions.
Yes, easily. He's blanketing people. I love him. Offense, I give a B+. I think we left a little meat on the bone, but
I mean, you still win by 25. That's a damn good game.
Defense, hey, not an A+, not an A-. Hey,
let's get to the negatives on defense. Would you like Mr. Slay or would you like Mr. Gardner Johnson? Which one would you like?
Look. What else is there to say? CJ, you suck. You're bad. You're overpaid. You miss tackles. You miss assignments left and right. You were getting cooked in the final or their final 2 minutes?
Yeah, he was getting cooked on that.
Every single time, dude. You just miss tackles left and right. What else is there to say? You are bad. You are overpaid. You should be benched for Sidney Brown, or I'll say it, Baldy himself,
James Bradbury.
Speaking
of Baldy. Chad Thomas.
Should we call him?
Yeah, it's called Chad.
All right.
This is the part of the show where we call Chad our boss and ask him a question. So here it comes. Before we, Darius Slay getting cooked. He's just old at this point. He's just old.
He's banged up.
Yeah, he's banged up. Like, dude, just sit out a couple weeks. Let the young guys cook. Let Kylie Ringo in there.
I think he's afraid.
Keely Ringo.
I think he's afraid he's going to lose his job.
It's exactly what he's afraid of.
Chad.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's going to be interesting.
I swear to God, if he doesn't answer.
He knows what's up. Uh-oh.
Is he not answering?
We could be in trouble.
Why?
He ain't answering.
Well, tell me he's bald.
By choice.
Hey, this is Chad, I can't get to my phone right now. I'll leave a message and I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Just scream.
Have a good day.
That was mature.
So yeah, Darius Slay is just old, and I do agree with you. I think he's worried that his job is going to get taken by one of these young guys.
Yes.
But dude, just be a team player. Let the young boys eat. If you can get off your feet for a few drives, let the young guys eat.
Yep.
Do that.
Play.
I just think it's very honestly selfish of them.
Yeah.
Like I understand as a competitor, as a football player, as somebody of Darius Slay's stature and his pedigree, I understand that, but you also need to understand your place on this football team is as a mentor to captain, yes, a mentor to these guys. Another guy in the secondary we didn't mention, Brandon Graham locking up Malik Neighbors.
What the hell was that? One thing I do want to mention as well. Nolan Smith's starting to turn into something.
Yeah, he is.
He's not going to kill you with his speed. He's not going to kill you with his strength or his pass rushing moves.
But he'll bully you.
But he does not stop.
No, he keeps coming at you.
It's
like I Chad's back.
Chad.
Hi.
Dude.
Chad, you were live on the 52 Reasons podcast. How are you?
I'm good. I told you, I usually call you guys back if I miss it. So
That's true.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. Chad, how the hell are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you guys.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's been a minute.
Like a whole hour.
Whole 2 hours maybe.
I miss you guys already.
So Chad, Jar and I were talking.
Asshole.
And with the big win over the Giants and tough road game coming up against Cincinnati, we just wanted to know what's your favorite boy band?
Oh my gosh, what's my favorite boy band?
Yeah,
correct.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like now or when I was younger?
I guess when you're younger.
The fact, Chad, that
I don't really have one now. So,
you know what? Both, Chad. We want both answers.
Yeah, we want both answers.
I'll tell you, when I was younger, I definitely did like me some NSYNC.
Okay.
Of course he did.
NSYNC. Okay. What about now?
Right now, I'm more of a Christian / country kind of guy.
What, like specifically Taylor Swift?
I do like Taylor Swift for sure.
Okay. Can you name your favorite NSYNC song?
Ooh, let me see here.
He's like going over the
discography. Gosh, I'm trying to remember which one I really jammed to back then.
What about Bye Bye Bye?
That's a good one, but it wasn't that one.
Did you have hair at that point?
I did.
You did.
I still have hair now. I just bald by choice.
I said that.
Choice.
That's not what I said.
You did bald by choice.
All right. So, but there's Cry Me a River, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's Bye Bye Bye. Gosh, I know there's so many of them. What was Quit Playing Games in My Heart? Was that Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
I think, Chad, you're asking the wrong two
dude,
guys.
I have no idea. I don't think we were alive.
All right. Well, yeah.
NSYNC, man.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to probably. I mean, Bye Bye Bye's definitely got to be a good one.
That's up there for you.
It's up there. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, buddy.
I don't do that. I'm not, like I said, I don't. It's not my kind of music. I'm more of a Christian music or country kind of guy now.
Look, I like boy bands.
Who's your favorite country artist, Chad?
I would have to. And there's a lot of good ones, but I had to say favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I'd have to go either Kenny Chesney or Tim McGraw.
I like
good.
it.
That's good.
That's
good pulse. I'm not much of a countryman myself, but I respect it.
Tim McGraw's
You
cool.
gotta like some Tim McGraw and Kenny.
I mean, sure.
Everybody though. Everybody.
John does.
I love it. I love Tim McGraw.
Oh.
All right, brother.
Thanks for taking me back to my boyhood, talking about the boy bands I liked.
You got it, brother.
Anytime, buddy. We love you.
I love you guys. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, buddy.
Bye-bye.
And that's Chad Thomas, everybody.
Love that guy.
Chad Thomas. So, John, I think this might be a perfect transition to get into our conversation with Tej. And when I say our conversation, I mean my conversation.
Yeah, because you don't let me handle
I asked you his question, so now I'm going to transition over to myself, talking with our resident Giants fan, Tej, and we'll see you at the back end. All right, now we are cutting away from John and I, probably screaming at each other because we are recording this on Monday night as opposed to the regular Tuesday that we're recording. But we're joined by our resident Giants fan. It's Tej Patel, everybody. Tej, how the hell are you, bud? As I mid water drink.
I'm doing fantastic. First off, Jared, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I've heard about the pod. I've heard about the Phillies pod as well. So been a supporter for a while. It's an
Lovely.
honor to be here. And I'm
Uh,
excited to have this conversation, buddy.
yeah, so a little bit backstory about Tej and I's relationship. We've been friends since like middle school, I think it is at
Yeah,
this point, like
middle
10
school.
years.
I moved to the district in ninth grade or
Oh,
eighth, yeah, ninth grade. And yeah, we've been friends ever since.
yeah,
Off and on. He's wearing his Temple Owls shirt over there. So,
go Owls.
we both went to Temple.
Yeah, we did.
Go Owls.
Go Owls, even though they're awful at like everything they do.
Every sport imaginable,
Every
but
sport imaginable, just booty cheeks. But Tej, there's a very special reason why I had you on this week's episode, and I kind of did it in the
yes,
intro, and
I know.
I'm sure future me is gonna when we segment into this. You are a resident Giants fan here on the 52 Reasons podcast.
I am. Unfortunately, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little give us a backstory about how you became a Giants fan and how your fandom has kind of been
Yeah.
since then.
Yeah, definitely. So I grew up in Jersey, New Jersey. Philly hates Jersey for some reason, but proud of my hometown. My dad was a Giants fan growing up, or when he moved here. Shout out Rakesh. He was a Giants fan. I got grandfathered into the program over here. Got to see two Super Bowls in my lifetime.
You
So
did.
it's amazing.
One more than
2007,
me.
2011. I was a young man. I was a young boy at
Yeah.
the time, but ever since then, we've been really, really fucking bad. Can I curse
Yeah.
on here, Jared?
Yes, you can.
Sorry.
Yes, 1000%.
We've
Yeah,
been
go
we've
ahead.
been absolutely terrible. Like it is like it's a tough watch. Every weekend, it's a very, very tough watch.
Mhm.
I'm already over the season, by the way. I mean, I don't want
Okay,
to go
good.
too into it before you ask me some questions, but I'm already over the season. I just hope we lose every game from here on out, and I would be a very happy man if that was the case. So
It's fair enough. Now Tej, of course, you being one of my oldest friends, I came prepared with several hard-hitting
yes.
questions. Um, Specifically, I'm about to ask you some questions. One of them is from John, from my co-host John,
Okay.
and that's good. We're gonna save that one for last. So don't worry, there is a John question in here.
Okay.
So you kind of touched on it a little bit, but looking at the season as a whole, did yesterday's loss kind of affect your outlook on the season, or is it more or less you kind of have been in a tank ever since the season started?
I think usually the Giants give me a little bit of hope in the first couple of weeks, like up to week 6, 7. Maybe there's like some bright spots, right? We beat the Seahawks 3 weeks ago, and then we go into Sunday Night Football against the Bengals. First off, I don't know who scheduled that game. Like, why are the Bengals and the Giants on Sunday Night Football? I have no idea. But we put up 7 points, and Bengals are one of the worst defenses in the league, and ever since that happened, I mean, we were missing neighbors, but um, ever since that happened, I knew the season was over. I mean, it was 17-7, and that just, I mean, our defense is very good. Our
Yeah,
defense
defense is actually
it's a
really
good
good.
defense.
Mhm.
Top 15 defense in the league, I would say. Defensive line might be the best. I mean, it's top 3, top 5 for sure.
Yeah, okay. All right.
It's very good.
It's very good, yes. But
It's
they
very good.
ran into Jeff Stoutland University on the O line. However, Fred Johnson on the left tackle was kind of getting pancaked a lot towards the end of the game, but
Yeah.
it's still very good. And that's kind of what worried me because the Eagles going into that game, they had a lot of injuries on the offensive line. Obviously, Jordan Mailata is out for a couple weeks. We lost Mekhi Becton pretty early on. And I was a little worried that that game was going to turn in the sense that Jalen was not going to have time to get the ball out. And for the most part, he did. Like Jalen Hurts played exactly how I would want him to play in that game, which was kind of
Yeah.
just short passes, don't go deep, just feed Saquon. And don't worry,
The
we'll
ball
get to
out.
Saquon. I got a
Yeah.
couple
Short
Saquon.
medium.
Got a couple Saquon
Okay.
questions in the tank for you. Don't worry, pal.
Yeah, I knew those were coming. So.
Yeah, but look, I mean, the first quarter of that game yesterday, it looked like it was going to be a defensive shootout early on. I mean, both defenses were kind of
Yep.
lights out. One of them was bound to break. Unfortunately for me, it was the Giants that broke. But I mean, I just Daniel Jones is just so bad. And Giants fans knows that
Yeah,
he's bad. What do you
he's
do?
god awful.
What do you do if you're the Giants at the quarterback position? Do you ride with Drew Lock for a little bit? Do you just
Do you throw in Tommy DeVito? Get his
cutlets?
chicken cutlets out there. You
Dude, talk
know,
about capitalizing
you
on.
could do that. So I don't know what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, you could get Tommy DeVito out there with his cutlets.
might have lost you there.
Okay, can you hear me now? Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. We talked about some negatives. All right. Give me some
Yeah.
positives that you saw in yesterday's game. You kind of touched on it a little bit with the D line, but other than that,
I mean,
what?
Dexter Lawrence.
Yes,
Dex.
sexy Dexy.
Let me just go on a tangent real quick. Dexter Lawrence is the defensive player of the year. He has 9 sacks.
Yeah.
That's the most in the league as a nose tackle. Nose tackles are not supposed to get sacks. Like they line up right in front of the center. They're not defensive tackle. That's like Aaron Donald. They line up right in front of the center. They're just supposed to stop the run. They're the big run stoppers and apply pressure so that, the edges get in there. He has 9 sacks. I don't think that's talked about enough. Um, I mean, he might be the best defender in football right now. And it's insane that he's on the New York Giants and we're wasting his talents. But I mean, he's just so good at football. And then also the defensive line is really good. We have some youth that have been very good. Some late round picks. And overall, the defense isn't bad. I mean, this is the most we've given up all year, 28 points.
Mm.
I think the second highest was like 21 and nothing over 21, which is like really good for defense, right? We gave up 17 against the Bengals, and I mean the Bengals offense has been really
Offense
good.
is
Like
unreal.
Joe Burrow might be an MVP candidate. I don't think it's talked about enough. He's like,
They'll
I
never give it
think
to a guy with a losing record, though. That's just
exactly. But he has like 15 touchdowns and like 2 picks. Like it's absurd.
yeah.
But it's our defense is our strong point. That's the positive here. Our I just want to keep talking about the negatives.
Go ahead, go,
Um,
buddy. The floor is yours. This is why I want to have you on.
you guys had 8 sacks.
We did.
Um,
You let Bryce
and
Huff
we had
get a
Andrew
sack against you
Thomas.
in 2024.
Andrew Thomas is one of the best left tackles in the league.
That was a big loss.
We lost him for the season. Our defensive line has been way better than last year. Our offensive line has been way better than last year.
I agree.
Daniel Jones has had some time to throw this year. One game in, the first game Andrew Thomas misses 8 sacks. Like it was like, okay, Daniel Jones is still fucking cheeks. He's god awful. That doesn't change anything. But 8 sacks is crazy. I mean, it's just very depressing. I'm actually at the point where I'm kind of already over the season.
Yeah.
But it's just the life of a Giants fan in the 2020s. So
Yeah. Well, I remember. So very explicitly, I remember the game where it was it was the 2020 season when the Eagles and Giants were both kind of like two idiots at the bottom of the division, just like duking it out for last place. And it was the Daniel Jones.
I know where you're going.
Yep, Daniel Jones. Nobody in front of him, and he just fucking trips. Because of all people, Jalen Mills just got cooked. God, he was so bad. Former Giant.
I think the funny thing is that they clocked his speed and it was like one of the highest in the leagues that year. And then he just fell with nobody in front of him. And it was a night game, right? If I'm wrong.
It was a night
It was
game.
like it was a prime time game with the all of America watching.
Yep.
And then there's Daniel Jones.
Shout out to Roger Goodell for making all of America subject themselves to the 2020 Eagles and the 2020 Giants. What a terrible,
Yeah, I know.
terrible year for both of us. All right,
Oh, you know
Tej.
what? We played the Bengals on prime time last week. We play the Steelers next week on prime time. I don't know who
How you feeling about that
who
game?
cooked that one up, but
Steelers, I mean, you'll have a lot for
um,
Billy to talk about. And Billy, future
yeah,
potential co-host of the Steelers episode. Little sneak
yeah,
peek there.
Billy. Yeah, we're
No,
gonna lose.
yeah,
But
probably gonna lose that one, bud. Sorry.
how do you feel about the Eagles, though? I want to flip the
Uh,
script on you a little bit.
okay, no, good. And see, this is good. This is what we call banter in the business. Um, honestly,
Yes, we call it.
honestly, I'm more of the positive one of John and I. I'm more of a glass half full kind of person when it pertains to the Eagles. Obviously, this team is very flawed. However, I think there is so much positives to take away the last 2 weeks coming out of the bye. Number one, Jalen Hurts and no turnovers. That is huge for his game.
Very good.
You're running with Saquon a lot more, who is by and far the best player on your offense right now. AJ Brown, you're feeding him. Your offensive line, yes, is banged up. However, they've been able to develop and kind of recreate a lot. A lot of the worry going into the season was how are the Eagles going to be without Jason Kelsey, and really they have not skipped a beat. Like Cam Jurgens has slid right into the center role, and he has not skipped a beat. Um, on the defensive side, like, yes, the defense isn't great. However, they're getting better every week. The D line is starting to eat. Like the edge rushers are finally starting to come through.
Yeah.
Um, and the secondary, I mean, ever since Cooper DeJean started at nickel over Avonte Maddox, it feels like there's nobody open in the Eagles secondary. And yes, they're still subject to the big play because Gardner Johnson's still kind of ass and Slay is ass. And N'Kobe Dean, mind you, had a good game, and I'll talk about that in tomorrow in the episode.
Slade used to be so good.
Dude, Slay talks all of his shit and then doesn't back it up. Like, I'm so over Darius Slay.
Yeah.
It's unreal. But overall, like, I'm feeling pretty good. And yes, I've been very critical of Nick Sirianni, and I think a lot of Philadelphia has for good reason.
Yeah.
But you got to give the guy credit, man. Like, those players love him. Those players love playing for him. So, look, if you can just ride it out, trust Kellen Moore to do what he does, and then
Yeah.
go from there, that's all you can do. Now, Tej, I know this is going to be a very uncomfortable conversation for you, but I think you know where I'm going with this. So, Tej, where were you when Saquon Barkley signed with the Philadelphia Eagles? Where were you, pal?
Actually, I don't know if I remember. I just know I was depressed and I called you like right away.
You did. However, I was in the middle of the ocean when you
I'll
called
say
me.
it. I'll say it. I'm happy for the guy. Like, favorite player in the league after Odell. And Odell left us too, of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's cooking. He's the best running back in the league. And I mean, the only person that you can compare him to is probably Derrick Henry, who's also cooking. But Saquon Barkley is really good at football. Like a healthy Saquon Barkley with a good offensive line, or good run blocking offensive line, I mean, it will change the trajectory of your team. Like you can see with the Philadelphia Eagles, I will say, out Saquon Barkley, their offense hasn't looked the best
No.
comparatively to the roster that they have.
Agreed.
I mean, you have Devonta Smith, who's one of the best slot receivers in the league. Then you have AJ Brown, who's just an absolute dog. And then you have Dallas Goedert, who's still good. He
can never
cooks
stay healthy though.
on time. But I mean, Saquon Barkley has put this team on his back. Not so much. I mean, they would have easily won this game, whether Saquon had a crazy game or not. But I think early on in the season, I mean, you could take a win or two away without Saquon Barkley.
1,000%. That game in New Orleans.
Week 2. Yeah.
Yeah, New Orleans. No shot they win that without Saquon.
He's just been really good. I mean, as a Giants fan, I do want to clarify something though. I did want him to leave. Like
I don't
I
think
just
anybody
stuck.
in the
I
Giants wanted him to.
It's not that I wanted him to leave, as in like he sucks. No, he's one of the best players in the NFL. But um, I just felt bad for the dude. I
Yeah.
wanted him to go to any team besides the Dallas Cowboys or the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, he goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. So that, it rubbed me the wrong way a little bit in the beginning. But then I realized he did go to Whitehall. He's a PA boy.
He is.
And I mean, he's in a way better situation. I wanted him to go to Houston,
Oh my God,
like
that
really
offense would
bad.
have been
I think
stupid.
I know. And Mixon's playing great over there, but like Mixon's not Saquon. And that offense would have went crazy with a healthy Nico. But yeah, I mean, I wanted him to leave for the better. Like, I didn't want him to be on a shit organization his whole career. Like I was like, hey, like let him have some success anywhere else. Let him get to the playoffs. He's played one playoff game. Like we haven't seen playoff Saquon really. So I'm actually happy for him, which is a really I never thought I'd say that because I actually despise the Eagles, and you know that. I
Oh
do not
yes,
like
I
the
do.
Eagles one bit. Just because, I went to Temple. Um, I would get off onto the subway and I'd hear Fly Eagles Fly like 20 times in a day. And I'd actually, want to shoot myself. But, we're past that era.
Yes, for sure.
I do hate the Dallas Cowboys more than the Philadelphia Eagles now.
Oh yes.
But, I'm happy for Saquon. He gets to succeed on a good team. And I mean, I can't say I'm rooting for the guy, but like,
I know what you
I
mean.
hope he plays well. Eagles lose every game.
Okay,
So
so you would
we,
rather have him put up like 150 yards, but the Eagles still lose like 37-34.
yeah, it's a compromise I've made with myself. So
That's fair. I remember I was on a cruise ship when Saquon signed with the Eagles, and that was crazy because we were getting ready for dinner, and we had like the internet package on there, and I kept seeing like, oh, they're like Saquon might be going to the Eagles, and I'm like, there's no way. And then I went and got ready, and I literally like screamed. I
yeah.
went, "Oh my fucking god!" And Ashlyn's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm like, "Saquon's an Eagle? Howie investing in the run game? What? Didn't know that was allowed."
Ugh,
And this is a perfect transition, Tej.
it was such a good investment.
Oh my god, yeah. Does Boston Scott still keep you up at night, or are you kind of past that in your life?
No,
No, past that.
yeah, no, no. I mean, I think there's a new giant killer in town.
His name
So
is Saquon Barkley.
his name is Saquon Barkley. So
I
he does
miss
not.
Boston Scott so much, dude.
Boston Scott is the most mid running back of all time until he plays the New York
Yeah,
Giants.
until he plays the
He's
New York
prime
Giants.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's so good. I can't explain it. I don't get it. But you know when the Eagles would come and play the Giants. Logan, shut up. My dog is being an asshole. Um, you every time you would go to
You
the
would text
Giants,
him.
I would text you, be like, he's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming. God, I miss Boston Scott. Pittsburgh Steeler, Boston Scott. So you might see him. You might see him, pal.
Yeah, I didn't even know what team he was on.
He got signed by the Rams, released, and then picked up by the Steelers. Now, if the Steelers are smart, they'd
I
activate him.
swear to God, if
They-
Boston Scott plays a snap against us on Monday Night Football,
everybody in Philadelphia is going to be
why'd
rooting
you
for
do
you.
this to me?
Well, I'm sorry,
Couldn't
dude.
just
I
let me
had to
be,
let
huh?
you know. Let me
Yeah.
be happy. So kind of looking at the entire outlook of the Giants, because right now they have Malik Neighbors, who is very, very
I
good.
mean, oh, I haven't even. Sorry, I didn't mention him. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
big
it's hard
neighbor.
to forget about him when he goes against Quinyon Mitchell and gets put into a fucking dog cage. So
Daniel Jones sucks ass. So
I'm
that's
not denying that.
I don't think
So yeah,
Mitchell.
so they have pieces on defense, they have pieces on offense. I mean, where if you're the GM of the Giants, where do you see? I mean, I think I know what your first move will be, but
what is your 3-year plan as the Giants organization if you, Tej Patel, was put into the driver's seat?
Let him cook is all I'm gonna say. So first
Mhm.
off, we're drafting quarterback.
Yeah.
We really need to tank this season because we always end up with not a top 5 pick because we win stupid games at the end of the year. So I mean, regardless, let's get a quarterback in the
Sanders?
draft. There's no clear guy this year, but there's a lot of
Sanders?
quarterbacks that will go potentially. I kind of hate his attitude. Hate his guts.
Yeah, but I mean, he kind of fits the diva
I mean, yeah,
mentality.
yeah. I think him and Neighbors would be really good together.
Yeah.
But it's getting a quarterback. Um, we've invested so much in our offensive line,
Mm.
and they're still bad. Um, it doesn't make sense. I mean, we were good this year, but Andrew Thomas got hurt, and
Yeah.
then I mean, I'm just scared. We play TJ Watt. I'm scared.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah. So that'll be brutal. But I mean, we just need to build through the draft. Uh, the Daniel Jones contract is the biggest issue because it's $40 million. I don't know how the logistics work, but I know we can release him next year. We'll just get a cap hit. And I think that's what we have to do because there's no point of paying this guy $40 million.
no, he is
It's year
just
six. It's year six of Daniel Jones. Like he's clearly not the guy. Just it
cut
doesn't
your
matter.
losses.
Cap it. Just cut him off.
Just cut your losses.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's like Daniel Jones had that. What was it? 22. They went to the playoffs and got absolutely hornswoggled by the Eagles.
Yeah.
I just had to bring that up. I
Yeah.
just had to
Yeah.
mention that.
Sorry you cut off there. But yeah, I mean, what a Cinderella run that was
Hey,
randomly in 2022 when we just like he looked like a really good quarterback against the Vikings in that playoff game.
was
And then
that
yeah.
was that the worst thing that could have happened to your organizations? Was that
Oh yes,
2022
it was.
run?
It's one of the worst things that happened. The city of New York, the city of New York, in the 2020s. Okay,
I was gonna say, you sure it's the worst thing that's ever happened?
no, in the 2020s. I said, I said in the 2020s, brother. Okay, brother. Relax. You know, I'm not gonna fight the allegations in the chat. We're not dealing with those. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just just Daniel Jones is. Do you even see him as like a career backup?
Yeah, he's good enough to be a backup, but I
You
mean,
think to who? The Panthers.
yeah, I mean, I think he could be a backup, but
So here, I want to play a little fun game, Tej.
let's do it.
List. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you all 32 NFL teams. And you tell me if Daniel Jones could start on that team. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. A lot of these are going to be obvious, but
Yeah.
I'm still going to go. Okay, number 1, Arizona Cardinals.
No.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun game.
Okay. Atlanta Falcons.
Nope.
Okay. This one should be a yes. The Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
Yeah. Chicago Bears.
No.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Nope.
It might be closer than you think. Anyway, that's just my hatred for Dallas.
Yeah, I'm just numb at this point, Jared.
That's fair. The Detroit Lions.
Hell no.
Yeah, hell, Jared Goff is so good, dude. He's so good.
Sorry, side note. Why was that the most even trade of all time?
Dude,
Because
literally
the
a
Rams
win-win.
got a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the Lions got Jared Goff. I mean, that's the most even
It's a
trade.
win-win. Yeah, it's one of those very rare win-win trades.
Yeah.
And I remember when that happened, I was like, oh, damn. Kind of felt bad for Goff, but no idea that he was going to turn into
He's that good, yeah.
Green Bay Packers.
Nope.
They have Brett Favre 2.0. Said, fuck it, someone's down there. Speaking of the LA Rams,
Uh, there was a rumor this week that we would trade for Matthew Stafford. I would love to do that.
who
I
the
don't know
fuck
why.
is doing that?
It's some delusional Giants Twitter people that think that would be realistic. But hell, I love him. I'm a huge Matthew Stafford guy. So
As am I. Minnesota Vikings.
nope.
Do you think Kevin O'Connell could work his like devil magic with Daniel Jones too?
No.
New
No.
Orleans Saints.
Derek Carr is like decent. I
I'm
mean,
I'm thinking starter right now, Spencer Rattler or Daniel Jones.
oh, Spencer Rattler. Oh, yeah.
I'm going with
I'll
Daniel
take
Jones.
I'll take him
I'm-
over Spencer Rattler. Yep.
Yeah. Eagles, no. 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 San Francisco 49ers.
Nope.
Can I say something controversial?
Dude, don't even fucking go there.
I am. Brock
That's
Purdy
crazy.
has a turnover problem that it appears nobody in the goddamn league is making a big deal out of.
He does, but like he's still good. Like
He is perfect for what that system is.
he might be a system quarterback. I can give you that. That's like the biggest kind of gripe everyone points at. Um, but I still think he's a good quarterback.
Yeah. All right, here, let me see. The Seattle Seahawks.
I think I could. Yeah, I would take him over Gino.
Yeah, me too. Gino just slings it and not in a good way. He slings it like not like the opposite of what Jameis Winston does,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I love Winston.
Oh, I love Jameis. So don't worry, we'll get to Jameis. The Bucks, no, I'm sticking with Baker. The commies.
I mean, Jade Daniels is
So
incredible.
he fucked me in fantasy yesterday though, because he had to go and get hurt.
Same, dude. I fucking lost because of his bitch ass.
Me too, pal. AFC. So what we picked him for 2 NFC teams. We said the Saints.
Was it 2 or?
We said the Saints, the Seahawks, and was there another one?
We said somebody else. You said Panther.
Yes, Saints, Seahawks, Panthers. The I'm still gonna ask it. Baltimore Ravens, no. Buffalo Bills, no. Bengals, no. The Browns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Never have cheered for an injury more than I did yesterday.
That's so fucked. Shout out Jameis, dude. I hope Jameis snaps. You eating a W over there?
Eating a dub for Jameis.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos.
I don't think Bo Nix is good.
I don't think he's bad either.
I mean, it's kind of early to tell. Can we count a half?
Sure, we'll go half with.
Actually, no. I'll take Daniel Jones over Bo Nix. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. Yeah.
Texans, no. The
No.
Colts. The Colts.
Anthony Richardson has so much potential.
But I don't think they can channel it, and it just might turn into, oh, he's just bad, rather than, oh, he is like untapped potential, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're a better team with Joe Flacco at quarterback, I would say.
Oh my God, yeah, every team is. The Browns, 11-6 last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something controversial. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I'd rather have Daniel Jones over Trevor Lawrence. Did I lose you? No, there you are. Yeah.
Sorry, your video cut off.
Yeah, I'd rather have Daniel Jones over Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my God, yeah. Trevor Lawrence is the most overrated piece of shit in the NFL. I don't understand. If you look at their stats side by side, they're the same.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah,
They're
I've seen it. Yeah, I mean, he just has long, luscious hair, and that's about it.
Yeah, and Daniel Jones has more rushing yards. I mean, like, Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence.
Damn, hot take.
Trevor Lawrence is straight ass. And
Yeah, he's
I will
bad.
say it.
He's not.
This is where we're at right now. I get so passionate about Daniel Jones being better than Trevor Lawrence. This is the stage where I'm at right now.
Listen, you gotta
joy.
root for something, man.
Yeah.
Obviously Chiefs, no.
No.
The Raiders. Aiden O'Connell.
I'll take Daniel Jones.
I would take Daniel Jones as well. Justin Herbert, LA Chargers.
No, Justin Herbert's actually good.
Yeah, he's really good, and especially with Harbaugh as his head coach.
Yeah, he just like, I don't know. He needs wide receivers. I feel like we say it every year. And he also needs an offensive line. Like
Joe Alt. Joe Alt.
Yeah, besides Joe Alt. Yeah.
Miami Dolphins. I'd throw Daniel Jones on that team.
Yeah.
Because
actually, Tyreek Hill had like 10 yards. Did he have a catch?
He had one reception for 10 yards.
How do you it doesn't matter. Like, at least Daniel Jones is besides against the Eagles, Malik Neighbors he was like wide receiver 1 in fantasy. He was getting like 15 targets a game.
I must trade it for him.
Not just feed Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what's wrong with
Dude, just screen passes. Dude, that's 49ers thing. Just screen passes Tyreek and let him rip. Mike McDaniel.
Am I delusional for saying that like I can run a better offense than that? Because like not me I'm not saying me at QB, but I'm just saying like as an offensive coordinator, just get Tyreek Hill the goddamn ball.
Yeah, what a crazy idea. The New England Patriots.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Drake.
Oh, May. Drake May. Oh yeah, fuck Drake May. Drake May. No, Drake May.
Yeah, Drake May. Yeah, if it was Jacoby Brissett, Daniel Jones, but Drake May has looked really good in 2 games.
Drake May has looked really good.
He's looked really, really good. His offensive line is just so ass that he does not have time. The New Jersey Jets. Yes, I said New Jersey.
Rodgers hasn't. This is crazy. This is like even a conversation with Aaron Rodgers right now.
Here's the thing. A lot of drop passes by the Jets wide receivers.
Okay, I think I would be on crack cocaine if I said I'd rather have Daniel Jones than Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Just the concept of that, because I've always loved Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I can't say that.
All right, fair
Even
enough.
if Daniel Jones was better, I can't say that.
The Steelers. No, I'd rather have Russ or Justin.
I'd rather have either of them.
Yeah, over Steel City. Let's weld. And finally, to cap us off, the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis.
Oh yeah, Will Levis is he's terrible.
Will Levis, the throat goat.
Yeah, have you seen the meme with him sitting on the ground and
the one of him on the bench where like
that one.
He's on an insane run right now.
Dude, he's on a crazy run. It's a historical run, honestly.
It is a historical one. So Tej, I'm gonna wrap up with John's question here. Tej, first of all, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor having you on here.
The honor's all mine, Jared.
So,
thank you, sir.
So this question is from John. This is not a me question. This is from John. Why did Michael Strahan never get the gap in his teeth fixed?
It's a good question. Actually, I do know the answer to that. He wanted to be authentically himself, something along those lines, where he was just like, this is me. I've lived my whole life with this. This is who I am. And then he made sure in his in his head the clay mold when you go in the Hall of Fame to have that gap there. That shit's like pretty gappy.
Yeah. I mean, you gave a very sincere answer. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, I just knew the answer. I apologize.
There you go. All right. No. That's great. Tej, this has been great. It's been awesome having you on here. This will not be the last time that you will be on here. I can guarantee you that. Do you have any final words? Sir. Of course. Any final words for Eagles fans, for Giants fans, anybody who would be listening?
I'm not going to say anything about Giants fans because, I've said enough. I've spoken my truth. There's not much going on for the rest of the year, but at least for Eagles fans, you Eagles fans watching this. I think the Eagles could like. I know it's a crazy thing to say when you're 4-2, but like I think you guys can like turn it around even more. Where
Mhm.
like you know once the offense starts clicking, I mean, you have AJ Brown is just so good at football.
He is.
And
He's
I
very
mean,
good.
the offense is just so good. If Hurts does not turn the ball over, um, I mean, you guys can make a run this year. I believe that. I mean, the Vikings and Lions are phenomenal. Even the
Buzz
Bucks are
saws.
good. So
Buzz
it's actually
saws.
pretty. What was that?
Buzz saws.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucking good NFC this year. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I mean,
Got
I don't
hands.
think I think the commies will pull the commies. So I'm not too worried about that. I think you guys can get the NFC's crown. Obviously, I don't want any of this stuff to happen, but I'm just saying, I think it might happen. So, I mean, good luck to you, Eagles fans. I think you guys just need to clutch up in the playoffs. You guys can make a decent run.
Hell yeah. And now that was Tage, everybody. Now we're gonna cut back to John and I, probably still screaming at each other. We don't know. But Tage, once again, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jared. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
We're back.
We are back.
How did you have that conversation that you definitely listened to with Tej? How did that go?
Giants suck.
Yeah, it was kind of the sentiment of it.
Giants suck, and he's stupid for being a Giants fan.
Friend of the program.
Sorry, Tej.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shout out to Tej.
Sorry, Tej.
So which one are you gonna do first? You want to give me a quote?
Yeah, we usually do the quote first.
Here we go. So for those of you who are new here, first of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, we every week John gives me a quote from a random NFL player, NFL team, NFL coach, whoever, and I get 3 guesses to guess who it is. However, I have 3 questions. Now I can use one of my guesses for an additional question. So without further ado, John, go right ahead.
Alrighty. You can't believe how hard it is to be yourself.
I'm gonna guess one off the rip.
You should go for it.
I shouldn't.
That's up to you, dude. I don't care.
Chad Ochocinco.
No.
Damn it! I thought it was Bengals week. I thought you would have.
You tried.
Yeah, I did try. All right. What years was this player active?
81 to 88.
What the? What did they do in the NFL?
What do you mean?
What did they do?
Played?
No, you jackass. Were they like? Okay, so it's a player. Shit, that was a bad question.
That was a terrible question. You could have said what was their role? What position did they play? Anything. Stupid idiot. Oh my god, he's so dumb.
What team did they play for?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Fucking asshole.
That's what I do.
I'm using one of my guesses for another question.
Okay, then you have one guess left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What position did they play?
Wide receiver. So your Ocho Singer guess was solid.
It was.
It was just
I don't know, man. I don't. My football knowledge does not predate my birth. Okay.
you got to do research, bud.
No, because I don't know who the hell is going through your damn head.
You know who this is.
Jerry Rice.
He did not play for the Bengals.
I don't fucking know.
You do know who this is.
Do I?
You hear from him every Sunday night.
It's Chris Collinsworth.
It's Chris Collinsworth.
Oh,
It's Chris Collinsworth.
oh, now there's a guy.
Yep. That was pretty good, right?
That's good.
It was
That's
pretty
good.
good.
That's good.
I liked it.
That's good. All right. God, Chris Collinsworth. Oh, Mahomes. Oh, Mahomes. Pat. Oh. All right. John, you want to introduce this next segment?
All right. So what we do this segment is Jared gives me a draft class. He gives me the players, the picks, the positions, and I try to guess the players. And the big guess is the year this draft took place, and I get it.
Every goddamn time. I've yet to stump you, and I'm probably not going to now either.
Probably not.
So, round 1, pick 13, a defensive end. Round 2, pick 37, a DB.
Okay.
Round 3, pick 86, another defensive end. Pick 4, round 105, another DB. Round 4, pick 121, a linebacker. Round 4, pick 122, a QB. Round 4, pick 125, a tight end. You already know what it is, don't you?
Maybe.
Round 5, pick 134, another DE. Round 5, pick 159, a wide receiver. Round 6, pick 200, a running back. Round 7, you had picks 220, a linebacker, 243, a defensive tackle, and 244, a DB. What year is that, John? And you're about to say it and piss me off.
Well, the first round pick is Derek Barnett. No?
We got him! We got him, everybody!
No?
You
You said edge rusher?
defensive end.
Marcus Smith.
We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay. Edge rushers. Is this the last century?
Yes.
First round. Pick 13.
Yep.
You sure it's not Derek Barnett?
I'm looking at it right now, you
Are you
jackass.
fucking with me?
No.
All right. Edge rusher. It's not Trent Cole. Trent Cole was
No.
drafted in the later
Second
rounds.
Trent Cole mention on this podcast.
I love Trent Cole, dude. I was such a Trent Coleman.
Trent Coleman.
Wow. Give me a hint.
Super Bowl champion.
This player?
This player, Super Bowl champion.
Oh, it's Brandon Graham.
It's Brandon
It's
Graham.
Brandon Graham.
It's BG.
It's what, 2010?
It is 2010.
Okay.
Good work. I got you.
A little bit. So I was locked in. So I was locked in on Derek Barnett. That was
Mhm.
my only. I forgot he was a first round pick. Shit.
BG?
Yeah. I forgot he was a
Yeah,
first
remember
round
they
pick.
said he was undersized.
I do remember that. Michigan.
Yep.
Michigan. 2010. All right. Second round pick. You said DB.
DB.
Oh, dude. 2010. My first year of high school. I don't even. Holy shit. Shut up, idiot.
I was in middle school.
What, like 7th grade?
Maybe. I don't know.
So
You're
dumb.
old.
I'm not that old.
Yeah, fucking nurse.
Give me a hint.
God, let me see. Played on 3 different teams. One of these teams doesn't exist anymore.
Oh shit.
Well, they
Redskins?
no
No.
think relocation.
Oakland?
Played on the Oakland Raiders. His last season was 2017 for the Miami Dolphins.
I don't know.
Nate Allen.
That name does not mean much to me.
Okay. Then we had Daniel Teo Neeson.
That's not a person.
Yeah, it is. We have Trevor Lindley.
Trevor Lindley.
Yep.
Don't know who that is.
Keenan Clayton.
Who's the quarterback? Wait, let me guess the quarterback.
Okay.
What college they play for?
That's a great question. They were
Quarterback.
Northwestern.
Northwestern. What the hell is going on? What pick was this?
Pick 122.
122. Andy, what were you doing in
Andy-
2010?
Andy cooked. Who let him cook?
Oh my God. I have no idea.
It's Mike Kafka. All-time legend. Mike Kafka.
Mike Kafka's a bald idiot.
Then we had Clay Harbor,
Okay.
Ricky Sapp. Who's the wide receiver, John?
The wide receiver.
Yep.
What pick is this?
Pick 159, round 5. Played
What?
2010 to 2015.
I don't fucking know.
Said some bad things.
Oh no, is it Riley Cooper?
It's Riley Cooper.
Andy, what were you doing?
Then we had Charles Scott, who never played a snap in the NFL.
Shocker.
Jamar Chaney.
I remember Jamar Chaney. He's pretty good.
We have Jeff Owens.
Don't know who that is.
And then we had Kurt Coleman. Played from 2010 to 2019.
Honestly, there was a reason I blocked that draft out.
Yeah, and kind of stinky.
Very stinky.
Kind of stinky there.
Wow.
John,
Wow.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
I beat you. I won this week.
What do you mean?
I stumped you.
Kinda. I mean,
That's as close as I'm going to get.
Once you said Super Bowl champ, I was like, Brandon Graham 2010.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was so locked in on Derek Barnett.
Yeah. Where is Derek Barnett nowadays?
I think he's on.
Didn't we go through this? Houston?
I think he's on Houston. Yeah, I think he's on Houston.
Josh Sweat, very good. I don't know. Josh Sweat had a good game. I don't think we shouted him out. Oh, wait. Here, let me do it this way. Here.
There you go. Beautiful.
It's on my hands up.
Anyway, Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals.
They come in 3-4. I don't really know what to make of them.
Here's the thing. The last two opponents for both teams have been the Browns and the Giants, and they have beaten them both.
Correct.
So it's kind of hard to gauge that.
But here's the thing. They took the Ravens all the way to it, and they probably should have won that game. And the Ravens are a good team, man.
Super Bowl favorites. Ravens. Who's better?
Lions.
Well, I'm saying it. Okay, AFC favorites, I should say, coming out of the AFC.
I would say the Ravens.
But then they're going to choke. Marlo's going to get poopies again.
What would you do if I told you Joe Burrow was 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions?
I would say he's about to make me very upset on Sunday.
So Joe Burrow would be MVP favorite if his team had a winning record.
Yeah, I agree.
He has been very good this season.
Yes. I like the Eagles.
Why?
I just
Explain.
My balls are telling me, dude.
Okay, you're on the road.
Yep.
Against,
that defense is awful.
Their defense is not awful. Their secondary is awful.
Listen.
Their pass rush is very, very good.
Guess what? They haven't faced the Eagles offensive line.
And they're not going to because we don't have my lot or Becton.
Here's the thing. I don't know. It's hard to gauge because I don't know how good either of these teams are.
Well, you made a good point. The last two opponents the Eagles have played, Bengals have also played.
Yes. They barely beat the Giants. We took care of the Giants pretty handedly. They beat the shit out of the Browns, and we barely beat the Browns. So It's very hard to really gauge.
Yeah, try to see where each team is at.
So I know against my better judgment, I should not bet against the Bengals, but I am. I can't explain it. I just feel like Quinyon Mitchell going up against Jamar Chase could either be hell in prison or he gets.
Probably going to be Darius Slay against them.
Who the fuck is Quinyon Mitchell going up against?
T. Higgins?
No, I put Slay on T. Higgins.
Well, T. Higgins is going to cook for me in fantasy. Thanks, T.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like something in this defense has been unlocked ever since Cooper DeJean has stepped in and he's letting the young guys eat.
Brother versus brother.
Brother versus brother, yes.
Sydney versus Chase?
Yes, Chase Brown.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like something is clicking on this defense and nothing is going to slow them down. I also need to realize that it's Joe Burrow, and yes, I've had my issues with Joe Burrow, but he's played at an extremely high level.
Yeah.
And when I say issues, I mean he is a very, very, very top whatever quarterback.
5.
Yeah. But it's just
5.
I like the Eagles offense against the Bengals defense as opposed to Bengals offense against our defense.
Here's the thing, right? Here's my concern. The Bengals pass rush is very, very good.
Yep.
Sam Hubbard versus Fred Johnson kind of scares me.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have Calcaterra helping him.
Here's the thing. If they're going to win this game, it's going to be another
It's going to be another Saquon game.
Yeah, because pound it,
but,
pound
I mean,
it, pound
again-
it. Pause.
Again, you had the quote from Sirianni, said they are a run-first offense. They are
Yeah.
a run-first team, and that's good to see because whether people like to admit it or not, how Saquon is for the Eagles this year is exactly like Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers last year. Also, 49ers stink. That take is aging really well.
The thing with this is the best defense is running the ball on offense.
Yes.
Keep Joe Burrow off the field.
Yep.
Keep Jamar Chase off the field. The less time they have on the field, the
better
better
your
your chances are going to be, especially on the road. Now, my other concern is they're wearing their all-white uniforms.
Yeah.
Whiteout game form. Makes me nervous.
Are the Eagles going with, I'm assuming, black or green?
Probably, I would love to see all black.
All black versus, okay, all black
Be
uniforms
careful.
versus all black uniforms, not getting canceled, against all white uniforms.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's probably going to be green, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
Probably.
I hate the green on the road. Not Kelly Green.
Kelly Green's.
Oh, next week, Kelly Green.
Against Jacksonville. 4 o'clock game. Got moved up. That's beautiful.
Hammering the Eagles in that one.
Oh, yeah.
Because Doug Peterson might not be the head coach of the Jaguars by then.
Well, I think if he was going to get fired, he would have got fired by now.
No, because if they lost,
Are they on a bye?
No, maybe. No, they don't have a bye till week 12.
Yeah, I think if he was going to get fired, he would have got fired by now.
I feel like if they lost to the Pats, they would have, but I feel like they're giving him
Yeah, they're giving the benefit of the doubt.
benefit of the doubt. Also, Trevor Lawrence thinks.
Yeah.
Tej and I, we had that great conversation with Tej talking about how bad Trevor Lawrence is.
He's bad. He's bad at football.
Not good.
Sis.
So, score predictions.
You go first, you go for second.
I'll go first. I feel like it might be a shootout. I'm going to go Eagles 28.
Okay.
No. Eagles 31, Bengals 28. I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Okay. So, no.
Sorry, guys. John said no.
I have a loss in this game, unfortunately. It's my first loss prediction of the season. I think the first on the podcast, actually, right?
We really should have went back in our week 1 predictions and kind of just laughed at ourselves because we were like, oh, we're going to truck through this team, this team, this team, this team.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
No.
Yeah, I have a Bengals win. I'll go.
Fake fan over here.
Shut up. I have a 34-28 Bengals win, unfortunately. I just think it's a tough spot. Beating the Giants on the road, too. I mean, I know it's not a far road game, but you have to go all the way to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's kind of in a must-win scenario. They're 3-4. They're in a really tough division. They're chasing the Ravens. They're chasing the Steelers. Nobody's chasing the Browns because they stink.
James Winston Browns.
Yeah, so I think this is a must-win for them. And then we have a lot of winnable games on the schedule after this. So I think it's one that you may lose and will be fun. Will be fun. Now, if they win and go to 5-2, wonderful.
I'm really buying into bald Nick Sirianni.
He's not really bald. He's just shaved.
Just like Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad's not bald. He's just shaved.
By choice.
By choice.
By choice.
Maybe that's what Sirianni needed.
Maybe.
Get bald by choice.
Any final thoughts?
Joe Burrow, if you're going to beat us, throw it to T. Higgins, please. A lot, preferably. Look, I'm hoping I'm wrong. Obviously, always want an Eagles win. I'll be here to watch it with you.
Yes, you will be. Yes. Yeah.
So,
yeah. We're not going to live stream that. That's just a one-way ticket to bad things.
Yeah, bad. But yeah, I mean, look, hopefully we're wrong. Well, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully you're right. And one of us will be right next week.
One of us will be right, and I pray it's me, and I think you hope it's me too.
I do.
That's going to do it for us, guys. Shout out to Tej for taking time and talking with us. Will not be the first time he will be on this podcast.
We do play the Giants again.
We do play the Giants again.
Maybe next time I'll interview.
Whatever you say, pal. But yeah, all right. So thank you guys for listening. We will be back next Tuesday discussing an Eagles win over the Cincinnati Bengals.
Garbage.
Garbage.